Yo, what up? This is Skully from the Skeletoons channel. This is going to be a new little series where I want to call Skully Rambles, where I just talk into a mic and I ramble. As if I don't already ramble enough on the main channel already. This is just going to be small little side content. Thinking of how to structure my channel in a way where it has good, better, best kind of thing. But I could definitely talk about that on a different video. This one is about KK Slider, what I'm currently doing right now. KK Slider is already finished. I just finished up the 30th album. I haven't even started on editing the damn thing yet. So I'm just going to be looking at this audio being like, shit. So I gotta work on that. I'm looking back on all of the album covers I've did, and I realize how much this project really changed into something so much bigger than it was supposed to be. What originally it was supposed to be kind of an alternative, for me at least, of doing Inktober and Drawtober, where it made me focus on basically redrawing album covers I really like and putting a dog into it. It doesn't really have any meaning or anything like that. It was around a trend when New Horizons came out and everybody was in love with KK Slider, and they were just putting him into famous album covers. And you know, I thought it was really cool and stuff, and I wanted to throw my hat in the ring. The first one was like a Panic at the Disco one. It didn't look good, Down in the Sickness album or whatever, and I was really proud of it. And then, you know, it became a project where I just made it into a challenge where I was just drawing 31 album covers in the week, and then I did it again, and I did it again, and then I did it again, and you know, I just kept on going and going. But it's kind of weird thinking back on it, because in the first 3 years, I was just mostly just putting in ones I thought like the album covers looked really cool, or like it's albums I really liked. Of course, I really do want to go back and, you know, touch those ones up, because I think that although I really love those albums, I can't stand to look at those motherfuckers. They look ugly as shit. I can make a video talking about how ugly those motherfucking albums are. And you know what? Maybe in that same video, we'll actually recreate them. Make them look better, you know? Make it look not shitty. The format worked because it was very repeatable, and I could adapt it to wherever I want it to be, and it was really fun. I didn't need to reinvent ideas. I could just reinterpret existing album covers, but I just add the dog, and it was awesome. And of course, in the other years, I played around with like the years. Like there was one year where I made a bunch of like video game art album covers. I made bad album covers. I made bad albums. I made one where I just added, I just went back to just drawing whatever the fuck I want, and I just added the penguin. This year it's been just adding female artists, and I think that was a really cool idea of doing it. I already started doing that, and I made like the Blink 182 famous album cover with Isabel, and I remembered showing it to my girlfriend about it, and she was just like, that looks really cool, I like it a lot. It would be really cool if you just only did female artists though, and I was like, that is so much of a better idea. So I did do a whole workaround of what I was going to do, which I was already going to do, like females, but in my head I was just thinking, oh, females on covers, besides, you know, female singers. It sounds really stupid now thinking about it. Now, it's a little bit weird right now with KK Slider month, because it starts feeling more like a system where I have to do it like every year. Which I don't really like the feeling of. I definitely felt like that way last year when I was doing Raleigh, and it was really hard because I remember I would be posting every day for like his album covers, and it would just get me upset because I wasn't getting enough attention and stuff. And looking back on it, I shouldn't be upset about it, because I was making the best art that I was making around that time, and it was really good. I loved it a lot. look back on that video and I feel tears coming out of my fucking eyes when I see it. It's a lot of like those KK Slider videos where I get very emotional about it, because it's a project that I put a lot of time into, but you could also kind of tell about how much fun I had doing it, and it just hits me in a different way. But I do want to move away from the month aspect of it, because I don't want to just make it into a month and just do it all over. So it's a little bit weird, because if I'm stopping KK Slider month, I am basically stopping on this thing that I kept myself obligated and I kept myself focused into doing for an entire month. And I've been temporarily like collecting all of the fucking like covers and releasing them all at once, when I could literally just be doing it casually like in the past year or so. Which makes me feel like I'm a little bit trapped in a cycle where I'm constantly trying to prove that I could do this challenge, when in actuality I should have never really did it as a challenge in the first place, because that just sounds really dumb. It sounds impressive of just saying that like, oh, I drew like 30 albums in a month or whatever, but I think we already know that like, even if that's true, I could do it. I mean, you saw me do it like multiple years with the KK Slider stuff. So like after 6 years, I already kind of proven the point, which is a part of the problem, really. The issue really isn't even the art or the effort that I put into, it's more of just the framing that I have it on. I'm sorry, I just have to talk about this one project. So I had this old project, it was called the Unisonis project, and the early days of the Unisonis project was really fun, and it filled me with a lot of joy when I was working on it. And then it became very stressful, because I put myself into a deadline, and when I finished up drawing 365 pieces, all the art was uploaded, and after the year I deleted it all. And I was just sad about all those drawings going away, and the feeling of all of the work disappearing just felt like I wasted all of my time. It just bummed me out. But KK Slider really felt different. It's mostly just very different because I was just very passionate with this project. I really loved Animal Crossing. I love KK Slider. I just love what he represents, and anytime I just think about how fucking hard I am doing making art and feeling like I'm not doing any better and I feel worthless in a sense, I just always gotta keep myself thinking that I just gotta keep my cool. Everything is just gonna be groovy, and I should just be focusing on the stuff that I love doing. And I just hope that any of this stuff actually resonates with people, even if it's in the most smallest of ways. It's very cool of just like listening to these albums while I'm drawing the covers, and it gives me such a stronger connection to them, and I just love every single album that I do. It's really cool. You kind of also notice the inconsistencies of quality and creativity when it comes to covers too. Like, some covers just work perfectly while the other ones just kind of fall on the wayside, and there isn't really a way to make it into a dog. There was a fucking year where I really wanted to do it, and I thought it would be really funny, where I just have just words, just albums that just have words on them, and that's the funny bit. Like, I know that one of the fucking albums I did was Brat, and I just replaced it with Bark, but imagine just that, but with like every day for the month. That was like the funniest thing. I wish I did that. You know what, that's a video idea. That's a video idea waiting to happen. And like, I do still want to go back to like going to those old album covers and remaking those ones, because I thought those ones were really fun, and I also think that they deserve a better fucking cover than whatever the fuck that I did back then. So the first couple of years, I didn't know how to use a digital tablet, so I used a printer that had like a scanning feature, so I used that scanner to scan in the papers, and I went to Photoshop, and that's why they just look bad. So like the monthly structure thing kept me disciplined, but also I like the freedom of making whatever type of covers I really want, because it feels way more meaningful rather than feeling like I was doing it as a checklist. Consistency is such a powerful thing, but it could trap you into expecting something and keeping you into a routine. And like once you believe people are expecting something from you, it's like very hard to stop and telling your brain to like not worry about stuff. Like I think that was definitely a thing that happened last year. I was just with my girlfriend and she saw me very much like, I think she was thinking that I was losing my fucking shit, because like I was telling myself, I have May, I gotta post every day, I gotta do all this stuff, and then she's just like, do you really? Do you really? I also gotta think about it in that sense too. So yeah, even though that like KK Slider month kept me super disciplined and it kept me like being consistent in a way, I also felt like I was consistently feeling like I was forced to do the thing, and I felt like I was trying to do everything in a checklist, and I didn't like that at all. That kept me always feeling like putting off the fucking project altogether. But I didn't, because I was always like stressed out about it. I was always like stressing that I didn't have enough time to do it or anything like that. Like your fucking brain is creating expectations and deadlines, and you just gotta think about it that it's only you that is trying to make it work, because you've been keeping up this challenge for so long that now you're expecting yourself to do so much more, and that you gotta make it more detailed and abstract, and you just gotta keep on doing it. And that's when you just fucking snap. I don't see it completely ending, but I want to reframe it in a way. I want to treat the project as something that's already been built rather than something that I have to endlessly continue with. So my new idea for the project is just revisiting old covers, improving them, ranking them, analyzing what worked and what didn't work and stuff like that. I want to talk about like my favorite albums, and also what I was feeling when I was drawing them and what I was listening to. I want to do a couple of things like that, and I think that would be very interesting for me, and to people that are very interested in doing KK Slider month, or even doing something in the lines of something like that. I love KK Slider month. I hold it like it's my baby. It is something that I'm very passionate about, and I love KK Slider because of it, because without KK Slider, it wouldn't have taught me to be disciplined in the art world. In a sense, it was a thing that kept me going. This happened during COVID times. I was losing my shit during COVID times, and now I can look back on all the stuff that I did, and it's really beautiful, and I love it so much. So it's not done yet. I feel like the art is already existing. I just need to reframe it. I just need to do it in a way where it's a good stopping point. And there will be a stopping point. I think when you know that's the end, that's the end. It's okay. You don't have to push yourself any further than that. But yeah, the KK Slider month thing, I don't want to do the month thing anymore. I don't want to do it out of obligation anymore. Future covers should happen because of genuine inspiration and not pressure. I gotta recognize that it's okay if I don't make any more. Over 100 of those fucking covers should already be enough, and I just gotta keep hitting myself in the fucking skull to think about that fact, because it's very hard for me to stop. Not everything needs to be perfect. Sometimes things just need to fully exist. And that's the biggest takeaway that I have to give if you're doing a challenge or anything like that when it comes to projects like this. yeah, this is my first Rambles video. I I wonder what to do the visuals when it comes to this series, because I kind of want to just do it as minimal as possible. But I also gotta realize that I can't always be like super fucking editor brain when I'm doing videos like this. So it's probably just gonna upload like this and a few cuts and then just post it like that. But yeah, hope y'all have a good day, and KK Slider forever.